What's up? It's been a long time coming, but the NBA season starts tomorrow, so I gotta get my stuff out. So I might record 2 today, and then I go back to school tomorrow. As you can see, I'm not in the dorm. I'm at home right now for break. So yeah, but it's been a while. I know. So I'm gonna hop right into it. This is supposed to be part 2 of that one episode where I was going through NBA lineups. So I pulled that back up, and I'm gonna start today. I remember last time I ended with the Grizzlies. Today is the Miami Heat. So they have Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Love, and Bam Adebayo. And that seems valid, even though I thought they said Tyler Hero was gonna run the one. So if Hero does run the one, they're gonna have to put Duncan Robinson at the 2 or the Martin twin. But yeah, seems valid enough to me. I think Heat are gonna be contenders again, so it's valid. Looking for big years out of Jimmy and Bam again. Let's see how they play with a full season of Kevin Love, who he's not regressing. He can still contribute to a team with his ability to stretch the floor and grab rebounds. And then if Kyle Lowry's starting, you know what Kyle Lowry brings to the table: energy, defense, playmaking. And I'm looking for a big year out of Tyler Hero, especially as a starter. I know he was starting last year, but once he got hurt in the playoffs, couldn't really see his full potential. So looking forward to seeing him have a real breakout year this year. Let me switch hands with the mic, bro. Bucks. I've talked about this a million times. So this person didn't even know that Dame, in the Dame trade, that Grayson Allen got traded. So they have Grayson Allen started. Dame. This was after the Dame trade too. So they had Dame, Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. So obviously they don't have Grayson Allen anymore. So if they were to start Grayson Allen and he got traded, then that would be like Malik Beasley or something. But I think Giannis still runs the 4, Brooks still runs the 5. It's just whoever the 2 guard is, and that could be Malik Beasley, Marjon Beauchamp, because I know they've been speaking highly of him. I want to see him for sure have a big season because he's been putting in the work over the summer. His come-up story is actually insane. So, yeah, that's about it right there. And, yeah, expect the Bucks to have really good season. Top 3 team in the East, loading. They could even put Bobby Portis in the lineup, but I don't think they want to because he is a really good 6-man backup big. So yeah. Timberwolves. So Mike Conley, Ant Edwards at the 2, Jay McDaniels, Karl Anthony Towns, and then Rudy Gobert. Like I said, aside from Cat, that is a really good defensive starting lineup. And then off the bench, you got Naz Reid, who is a really good player, really underrated. Haven't really looked into the Timberwolves like that, but I know I think they're gonna be a playoff team. I don't know, maybe play in 7-8 seed maybe, but I expect Ant Edwards to have a big year. I've been talking about him a lot lately, and you guys know. So I want him to have a big year this season, All-Star year. You guys still got Cat, who's one of the best big men in the league. On top of that, one of the best shooters as a big man in NBA history. So you got Rudy Gobert, who had a down year, I guess, but he's gonna come back. He's a really good defensive anchor. Take some of the load off of Cat, even though Cat has to defend somehow. And then you have Jay McDaniels, one of the best 3-and-D guys. Shot 39% from 3 last year. Really good defender on the wing. Him and Ant on the wing is going to be something nice, something special. And then, Mike Conley, Mike Conley plays the game right. Really good, he's a good defender as a point guard. And yeah, Pelicans. Pelicans. So they got CJ. This has Trey Murphy starting, but yeah, that's not gonna happen because he had a meniscus injury. So it's gonna be CJ, Herb, Jones, Bi, Zion, and Jonas Valanciunas. And I think this is a playoff team to me. When it's always Zion, man. Dang, Zion, all-star when he's healthy. If Zion is healthy, he's an all-star. This team makes the playoffs. Bi, 20-plus point per game scorer. CJ, 20 point per game scorer. Herb Jones, really good defender. He's going to guard the other team's best perimeter threat or wing threat more. Then Jonas Valanciunas, who's a really underrated big man, can stretch the floor, grab rebounds, and be a good defensive anchor for this team. I know Zion's a little undersized, 6'6", 6'7", at power forward, so having a guy like Jonas to take some of the load off of him inside defense will be really good for him. And yeah, CJ, you know CJ, he's really transitioned to a point guard in his whole life. Not whole life, but whole life in the league, I guess. Whole career, he's been a two guard. But when he got here, he embraced the role of being the point guard of the team. He's not going to give you 8 assists a game, but he's going to give you 5 plus a game. So that's valid. Yeah, I think this is a playoff team. I know having Trey Murphy be out, he's been taking leaps he's only been in the league a couple years, but he's taken leaps and has really gotten good. He's a really good shooter. Yeah, good shooter. Herb is the better defender, so I still think he's the starter. But since Trey's out, Herb has to be the default starter. So, yeah, this is a playoff team. The Knicks. Brunson, Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson. So, basically the same star lineup as last year. They don't have guys like Obi Toppin off the bench. They still have Quick off the bench. So, see how they got DiVincenzo signed him free agency. Nice pickup. But I just feel like this is gonna be the Knicks are gonna be a playoff team. It's just like Grimes is gonna start or Josh Hart. Either way, Josh Hart off the bench will be even better. Not even better, but a good. Like having quickly Hart and DiVincenzo off the bench would be solid. But yeah, I think this is a playoff team. Just gotta see if the Knicks can actually capitalize in the playoffs. They got rid of the Knicks last year. That was a quick series. I said they got rid of the Knicks. They are the Knicks. They got rid of the Cavs last year. They shut Donovan Mitchell down. Acquiring Josh Hart last year was really good for them because he does all the little things. He's not going to get you 25 points per game, but he's going to play defense. And he's going to knock down open shots, finish at the rim. He's going to run the floor. So he's going to rebound. Josh Hart is going to rebound. He does rebound the basketball to be a guard. RJ, again, one of those guys who just got to be consistent. Brunson, breakout player. I think he's still going to be elite despite his FIBA World Cup struggles to where I thought Halliburton should have been starting over him in the first place. But I'm not going to talk about that here. I've already talked about my thoughts on the FIBA World Cup and why we lost. Randall, again, good player in the regular season. Just sells in the playoffs, man. He has to come through in the playoffs. And then Mitchell Robinson, really haven't seen much of him because he's been hurt for so long. Not like he's been injured for 3 years, but he's always out. he's a raw talent, raw potential. So I'd like to see what they can do with him. So they got rid of Obi, and they really couldn't use him because Julius Randle was the same position, and he's better than Obi. So I just think Obi just didn't have the chance that he should have had here in New York. Like, I'm from there or something saying here, but yeah, Knicks just gotta be like, they gotta clutch up in the playoffs, man. That's all I gotta say about them. But I think they're a playoff team. They're not always gonna be, but they're gonna be 5 through 8 seed every year. They're not gonna be a top 4 seed, I don't think, because they got. Nah, I don't think so. I just don't think so. They were 4 or 5 seed last year. That's the Thunder. Shea, Giddey, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Chad. I like Giddey at the 1 because he is a playmaker. I want to see Shea run the 2 because he is an ISO guy. I just think Giddey is a better playmaker in that squad. But Giddey can play 1 through 3 and drive. So yeah, Lou Dort, defender. He's gonna guard the other team's best player. Jalen Williams also. They're not really undersized, but yeah, solid. They got Chet, who's gonna bring that defensive mentality along with a guy like Lou Dort. I'm expecting Jalen Williams to continue to improve like he did second half of the season last year. People were like, he should have won Rookie of the Year. Get that out of here. But I expect him to continue to gain confidence because I remember watching the USA Next scrimmages, and he was like playing a little scared. Like, you in the league, you see these guys on a regular basis. Just gotta get that confidence up. I think Chet, top 3 Rookie of the Year finisher this year, because he is technically a rookie after that injury. And Shea, I expect him to. I don't think he's gonna take a back seat because he put up 30 last year with basically the same team plus Chet, who's gonna get his, but he's gonna be a really good defensive anchor. And yeah, they're gonna be a fringe squad, I guess. Here, the Orlando Magic, Markelle Fultz, Gary Harris, Franz, Paolo, Wendell. Can't disagree with that. I just did a fantasy league and I wanted to draft Franz so bad, but I couldn't get him. But I agree with this. Even though I just saw that today, they just gave Cole Anthony a bag and he's not even a starter. I just think Markelle Fultz is finally coming into what he should have been as a player from the jump, even with the injuries. So yeah, Gary Harris, solid two-way player. Franz, already talked about him. Dang, I just had an intermission. Hey, my dad needed some change. But what was I talking about? I'm going to have to cut that part out because I was talking about how they just gave Cole Anthony a bag and he's not even the starting point guard. And then they drafted Anthony Black as well. A lot of point guards on this roster. But I'm expecting Franz to actually surpass the 20-point per game mark this year. He's been hovering around it. I already talked about Paolo. I think he's going to be an all-star. Wendell, solid. Never really been elite, but solid big man. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs this year. I don't know, but I'm expecting Markelle. Like I was talking about him coming around as a player. And then my dad walked in. But, yeah. Talk about a commercial break. Next, Philly, Harden, Melton, Tobias Harris, PJ Tucker, Joel Embiid. Anthony Melton is not starting for this team. Tyrese Maxey, unless he's injured, which I don't think he's injured. So I think Maxey starts. Even with all the Harden drama, this, that, and the third, I feel like he's going to be with the team. Maxey, I like how he's just riding it out. Tobias is pretty consistent. Gives buckets. Got a bag. PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's PJ Tucker. He's not elite at anything, but he's good at everything. I remember there was a time last season where he just could not hit a shot. It was so funny. He just could not hit a shot. And then Embiid, come on, reigning MVP. 33 points per game. Leader, points per game. MVP of the league. Top 5 player in the league. Yeah, MVP. Even, like, I like how they didn't do him justice in a lot of things. Talk about, even though Jokic is the best player in the league as of right now, or Giannis, one of those two. But this is going to be a playoff team. I think they're that 4th. Yeah, that's why I didn't give the Knicks the 4th seed. I think it's like, I'm going to record later tonight. I'm going to go after this video. I'm going to do my little, I'm going to do my research and all that, and I'm going to record my predictions for the season. But I think these guys are 3rd seed. And then, like, 4th seed is, like, Cleveland, 5 seed, Miami, and then blah, blah, blah. But, yeah. And then 6 seed, like, New York. That's my thoughts. But I think Philly is they're going to be 3rd seed in the East for a long time, because they just cannot beat either team, the Sixers or, I said the Sixers, they can't beat themselves. They can't beat the Celtics or the Bucks. So if they do it this year, shut me up. But until I see it, it ain't happening. But yeah, that's a starting lineup. Not DeAnthony Melton, but Tyrese Maxey. Even unless he hurt, I'm telling you, unless he's hurt. Unless Maxey is hurt. Let me check my facts, because I might be yapping right now. I might be talking out my butt right now. No, he's not hurt. He played preseason, so he's starting over DeAnthony Melton. Next, the Phoenix Suns. Booker at the 1, like I've been saying. People were saying Bradley Beal's the point guard. No, it's Devin Booker. He's averaged 6 assists before at the 2. Imagine him being ball dominant. Beal, Bates Diop, Kevin Durant, Yusuf Nurkic. Mama, come on, man. I don't know if Katie Bates Diop's going to start. I think it's going to be a Kogi straight up, but the rest of the team squad. I think this is a top 3 team in the West. I know people are like, but they don't have depth. Yes, they do. They have depth. Depth that's good enough to compete. Eric Gordon's a bucket off the bench. Grayson Allen, Bobo, I guess. And then I think Katie Bates Diop off the bench as well. I think having Nurkic in the starting lineup is going to be big for this squad. He's more aggressive than Ayton. No shade at Ayton, but he plays off half the time. Bro, it's easily a 25 and 12 guy if he does not play soft. The complaints are gone, bro. You in Portland now. They're probably the next team. They are. So Portland, Scoot Henderson, Simons, Sharp, Grant, Ayton. On paper, that's not a bad starting lineup. But who off the bench? Who's off the bench? I know they got the Chris Murray off the bench. Okay. They got rid of... Oh, they got Brogdon, too. Hey, this squad not bad. Then they got Robert Williams off the bench, too. Don't sleep on Portland. I think Scoot's going to be about 17, 18, and 8 as a rookie. I picked him up on one of my fantasy teams because I know he's going to get the assist because he is a playmaker. Simons, the best is yet to come for him. Seen him in Dame's shadow. Now let's see what he can do playing off the ball with a true point guard. I'm not saying Dame ain't, but I'm saying a guy who's a playmaker first. Shaden Sharp, same thing with him. I think he's going to have a leap. Couldn't really get that much touches last year because of Dame and Anthony Simons. I was going to call him Ant Simons, which is what a lot of people call him. As well as Jeremy Grant, who's a 20-point per game scorer. And then they got Ayton, who I said is his statement season. I'm not even a hater. I'm an Ayton fan, but you got to be real sometimes and tell it how it is. So that bench not looking bad though. Don't I want to see if Scoot can lead this team to a play-in spot because they got a chance. Kings, Fox, Herter, Murray, Barnes, Sabonis. If these guys were a third seed last year. We know they lost first round to Warriors, but that was that's what you call an experience thing. They didn't have the experience, hadn't made the playoffs in a long time, and the Warriors took advantage of that, even though it went to 7 games. I think they're going to be a top 5 seed again. Fox only getting better. Malik Monk right off the bench, a bucket. Herter just got to be consistent in the playoffs. Sabonis, you know what he does. Harrison Barnes, bucket. Keegan Murray, leap year. 3-and-D, one of the better 3-and-D guys in the league already, and he's only going to a second season. He's one of those guys who's like, he gonna do whatever you ask him to do. Shoot the ball, play defense, knock it down. That's what you need out of a 3 in this day and age when you have ball dominant guys like Fox, and then like a guy like Malik Monk off the bench. Yeah, be watching out for them because I feel like that streak was ended last season. They're gonna start making the playoffs for the next 5 years. Like, they're gonna be in the playoffs because Fox is only gonna continue to get better. Herter's gonna only continue to get better when he gets more shots. Murray's gonna like all these guys, and then the only experience on that team is really Harrison Barnes because he's won a ring. He's also sold the team out of a ring, but we're not gonna talk about that here. Spurs: Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Victor Wembanyama, and Zach Collins. I think Victor runs the 5 and Collins at the 4, interchangeable. But I think if Victor don't win it, Rookie of the Year, I think he does. If it's not him, then it's Chet or Scoot. But Trey Jones been a facilitator his whole life, going back to them Duke days with Zion, RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish. He was that playmaker. He was that guy. And then after they were gone, he stayed. And he's just a really good playmaker, really underrated guy. Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson on the wings. They're both 20-point per game scorers in their own right. Then Wemby's going to be that Swiss Army knife for them. Zach Collins stretch the floor. Does what you need him to do. I don't know if these guys make the playoffs. I guess it just depends on what they get behind Wemby, because he's going to be the best player on the team as a rookie. If not, it's Devin Vassell or Keldon Johnson. But be on the lookout in the next couple of years, because all these guys are young. All these guys are youngins, 20, 25. I don't know about Zach Collins, but these guys are young. Toronto. Wow. They got Dennis Schroeder, Scotty Barnes at the 2. Anunoby, Pascal Siakam. Other than Schroeder, that is a monster lineup. I feel like this is going to be a bounce back year, Scotty Barnes. But he's still going to be the 3rd option, but he does everything for the team. He just got to continue to score the ball, get that confidence up. Anunoby, good 3-and-D guy, one of those guys as well. 3-and-D. Siakam, top 4, power 4 in the league, probably 3, but he's gonna get you buckets. Then Siakam, again, one of those guys who's dirty work, does what needs to be done for the team. They got Schroeder just off that FIBA World Cup performance. They don't have Freddie V anymore, who had his worst percentage, 39% from the field. I want to see what Dennis does. 2 more, including this one. So, Jazz, Colin Sexton, Clarkson, Lauri Markkanen, Collins, Kessler. If they start THT over Sexton, that's sort of a big lineup. Running Lauri at the 3. Ooh, that's elite. I'm not gonna lie to you. Got guys like Kelly Olynyk, and then THT if he doesn't start. Kelly Olynyk stretched the floor. Had a really good year last year. THT, we're still yet to see the best of him. Even though, if he runs the one for them this year, I'd like to see how they fare. They got John Collins, obviously, which is a nice add, but a big loss for the Hawks in my opinion. Kessler, sophomore season, really good defender. Really filled in that Rudy Gobert trade right away as a rookie. Was really high in the rookie of the year because of his defense. I want to see him be at I want to see if he can stretch his offensive game and become a better offensive threat for this team. Even though you got buckets everywhere. Laurie Markin, I think he's going to be an all-star again. 25 points per game last season. Who expected that? Me. Because I knew Laurie would have the talent and the potential. He just needed a chance, and he got that last year. Jordan Clarkson starting. I feel like he likes being a six man. He's one of those guys who'd rather be a six man and get hits off the bench. But I feel like Clarkson's gonna come off the bench just because he wants to. If not, he starts. But THT will probably start at the 2. Colin Sexton, bucket, young bull. Been watching him since he was in high school, man. Good to see him in the league doing well. And then to finish this out, Tyus Jones, the other Jones brother, Jordan Poole, Corey Kispert, Kyle Kuzma, Daniel Gafford. Jordan Poole finna average like 30 this year, but no, he's gonna have his best season yet, cause he's gonna be able to. He has the green light. Him and Kuz have the green light. Tyus Jones, playmaker. I probably talked about him when I was talking about the Grizzlies. Talked about him being off the bench. If I did comment, but that was a while ago, so I can't remember. Kispert, elite. Sniper. Gafford, they lost Porzingis to the Celtics. I want to see Johnny Davis start and see, because people are already calling him a bust. Like, they haven't even given him a chance yet, but he was really good in college, so it's going to be hard because he plays like the same role that a guy like Poole would play at the 2. But I don't really see if these guys are going to make the playoffs this year. And yeah, that's all 30 teams. I know this is going to be part 2 of the episode, but part 2 about 2 weeks later. But I'm going to record another video tonight or tomorrow and post it before the first game of the season. And yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I don't know. I ain't even been busy. I just been watching a lot of Breaking Bad. Trying to finish that up. I started like almost 2 weeks ago now. And I'm getting close to the end. And that's what my focus has been on. That in school. So don't get mad at me because I've been trying to focus. Because that's a show that, like, once you get into it, you don't want to stop watching. But yeah, trust me, more content coming. NBA season. Dang, I forgot. Dang, my name is Wano NBA, so I might just shift to NBA content. I'm sorry about the football fans, but that's what I know the best is football. Not football, basketball. I've been watching baseball too, but season's about to be over, so there's no point in me indulging in that until next season probably. So be on the lookout for that too. But yeah, NBA season starts tomorrow. Probably about to get League Pass and write a whole bunch about games and watch them. And yeah, thanks again. And I'm out of there. Peace out.